Have you ever considered how a boxer might view the world through the lens of philosophy? Imagine the life of Cleanthes, a man who once traded blows in the boxing rings of Assos, a city in ancient Greece. His hands, once clenched in fists, would later hold the scrolls of Stoic philosophy. Born into the simple life of a water carrier, Cleanthes discovered a new path when he stumbled upon the teachings of Zeno of Citium. Intrigued, he journeyed to Athens, the cultural hub of the ancient world. Here, he traded his boxing gloves for the rich wisdom of Zeno's lectures, immersing himself in the teachings of Stoicism. His transition from boxer to philosopher was not a conventional one, but it was a journey that would shape the course of philosophical thought in ways unimaginable. From the boxing ring to the philosophical lecture halls of Athens, Cleanthes' journey was not ordinary. Opening. How does one step into the shoes of a philosophical pioneer and lead a school of thought? Transitioning from being a student to a leader can be a formidable task, but Cleanthes, the former boxer from Assos, was more than up for the challenge. After the demise of Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, Cleanthes took up the mantle as the second head of the Stoic school in Athens. It was a role he would hold for an impressive 32 years. During his long tenure, Cleanthes played a significant role in the development and propagation of Stoic philosophy. He was not just a placeholder, he was a cornerstone. He helped to strengthen and consolidate the school's standing in the philosophical community, ensuring that Stoicism continued to thrive and evolve. One of Cleanthes' major contributions was his emphasis on Stoic ethics. In the Stoic worldview, virtue is the highest form of excellence, and it is sufficient for happiness. It's not about accumulating wealth or achieving fame, it's about living in accordance with nature and reason. Cleanthes championed this idea, highlighting the belief that individuals have a duty to themselves and to society to live virtuous lives. His theological contributions were equally significant. The hymn to Zeus, one of the few surviving pieces of his work, provides valuable insights into his Stoic beliefs. Through this hymn, Cleanthes expressed his pantheistic view of God as nature or the universe itself. His belief in divine providence and fate played a crucial role in shaping Stoic theology. Cleanthes' teachings left a lasting impact, influencing later Stoics, including his student Chrysippus, who became one of the most important figures in the Stoic school. His ideas, particularly his emphasis on ethics and his views on the divine, have become integral parts of Stoic thought. Closing. Cleanthes didn't just inherit the Stoic school, he fortified it. His influence on Stoic philosophy, despite the loss of most of his works, is undeniable. He played a crucial role in the early development of Stoicism, and his ideas continue to resonate within the Stoic school. Can a hymn reveal the profound beliefs of a Stoic philosopher? In the case of Cleanthes, a glimpse into his philosophical mindset can indeed be found in verse. One of the few surviving pieces of his work, the hymn to Zeus, offers valuable insights into his Stoic beliefs. This hymn, a lyrical ode to the supreme Greek god, is a vivid display of Cleanthes' unique approach to Stoic philosophy. The hymn is an expression of Stoic pantheism, the belief that God and the universe are one and the same. Cleanthes paints a picture of Zeus not as a distant deity, but as an omnipresent force that permeates every corner of the cosmos. In his view, Zeus is not separate from the world but is the world itself, as well as the rational principle that governs it. This is a central tenet of Stoic thought, the idea that the divine is not outside nature but is nature itself. The hymn also reflects Cleanthes' belief in divine providence, the concept that the universe is guided by a rational and purposeful plan. He presents a world where everything is linked by a chain of cause and effect, where nothing happens by chance. This deterministic view of the universe is another cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. It suggests that we are all part of a grand design, and that acceptance of this design, rather than resistance, leads to tranquility. But what does this mean for us as individuals? For Cleanthes, it means living in harmony with this divine plan, accepting our place in the cosmic order, and striving to live in accordance with reason and virtue. It means recognizing that we are small parts of a greater whole, and that our actions, however small, have an impact on that whole. In the verses of his hymn, Cleanthes' profound Stoic beliefs echo. They speak of a universe bound by reason and divine providence, a world where virtue and acceptance of our place in the grand scheme of things are the keys to tranquility and fulfillment. How does a philosopher whose works are lost to time continue to influence thought? That's the curious case of Cleanthes, the Stoic philosopher who left an enduring legacy despite the disappearance of most of his works. A boxer turned philosopher, Cleanthes was no ordinary thinker. He was the second head of the Stoic school in Athens, succeeding Zeno of Citium. For a remarkable 32 years, he held this position, strengthening the school's standing in the philosophical community, despite having fewer resources than his predecessor. But what really made Cleanthes stand out was his emphasis on ethics and virtue. He championed the Stoic belief that virtue was the highest form of excellence and the key to happiness. He asserted that we should live in accordance with nature and reason, and that we owe it to ourselves and society to strive for a virtuous life. These ideas were not just philosophical musings, but practical guidelines for living a meaningful life. Cleanthes was also a theological thinker. His hymn to Zeus gives us a glimpse into his pantheistic worldview. He saw God in everything, in nature, in the universe, in every aspect of life. This divine perspective, along with his belief in providence and fate, shaped the theological underpinning of Stoic philosophy. But perhaps the most significant part of Cleanthes' legacy is his influence on later Stoics. His student Chrysippus became one of the most important figures in the Stoic school, and Cleanthes' teachings played a crucial role in his development. The ideas that Cleanthes held dear, particularly his emphasis on ethics and his views on the divine, became integral parts of Stoic thought, passed down through generations of philosophers. So while we may have lost most of Cleanthes' writings, his influence is far from lost. His ideas continue to shape Stoic philosophy, and his legacy lives on in the teachings of those who followed in his footsteps. Even as his works faded into history, Cleanthes' influence on Stoic philosophy remained indelible. So, who was Cleanthes really? He was a boxer turned philosopher championing Stoic thought after Zeno's passing. His tenure strengthened the Stoic school, and his teachings emphasized virtuous living in harmony with nature. His hymn to Zeus revealed his pantheistic worldview and belief in divine providence. Despite the loss of much of his work, his influence persists, shaping the teachings of later Stoics. Cleanthes, the Stoic boxer from Assos, forever left his mark on the canvas of Stoic philosophy.
Please like and subscribe for more Stoic videos.